She became known as the Angel of Prisons. It came to her attention that Newgate Prison was a horrible place to be. The women in the prison had to take their children with them. Over time, this angel of prisons began to take clothing into the prison for the women and the children. Then it was on her heart and mind that she needed to educate the children. They needed a school in the prisons. So she started campaigning the mothers to want a school. She had to take a break for a little while because she had to give birth to her last child. After a little season, she got back to campaigning not only the women in prison, but also for the prison officials to allow a school to come in. The prison officials thought she was crazy for doing any of this, but she was persistent, and they let a school be established within the prison. Clothing, schooling, and that wasn't enough. She started to alleviate the unsanitary conditions. From what I understand, they were horrendous. No place for women and children to be living. This angel of prisons was doing this all the while working with the poor. I don't know where she got all of her time. She has the same amount of time as I do, as you do, and children and responsibilities. But she found time. She's an oak of righteousness that we talked about last week. They were going to be builders and rebuilders of the ancient ruins. Maybe the ancient ruins were inside that prison. Today we remember Elizabeth Fry and admire her faith and her commitment to live out that faith, serving people who were in prison and didn't have a whole lot to offer. But God made a huge difference in that prison. Kings from other nations would invite Elizabeth to come and speak to them on how they can do prison reform. And today, prison reforms such as Chuck Colson and his work go on today because Elizabeth Fry initiated it. Oaks of righteousness. She's an oak. She's a planting of the Lord for the display of his glory right there in Newgate Prison. Today, I don't understand all the complexities of what's going on. I don't know if we can make a big difference in the political realm and everything else, but maybe our role is to help to bring relief to the casualties of all that's been happening. Let's pray together and see what God has in store for us. Chains do break and doors do open. Let's run into the life God has for us. See you soon.